Dragons, and there's a king and a girl. He got a dragon egg, and he's also an asshole. What's up, psychonauts? It is your boy Chris, aka the shroomsage, aka Mobius, here in the Psychonauts production lab. And today, for our first series that we're going to go over, it is going to be, of course, as you can see, House of the Dragon. Love Game of Thrones, love the book series by George R. R. Martin, and I really like the new series. But I gotta admit, I fucking hate some of these characters. Like, I fucking hate them. No, but seriously, I really don't. I don't like Allison. I don't like Otto. I don't like the series. I don't like Rhaenyra. I mean, I kind of like Rhaenyra, but I just like some of the choices she makes. Same thing with Daemon. Likable character, just makes really dick moves. And bro, okay, so the series so far, I'm pretty sure that you all have already watched other explanation videos or whatever, and I'll get in depth into each character at a later date. But as of right now, we've seen the conflict between Daemon and Viserys, as it was spurred on by Otto and some of his little courtesans in the court. We saw how Viserys foolishly forced his wife to have a baby, to have multiple babies, when clearly she was not coming to term. The babies weren't coming to full term. Her health was being jeopardized, and he kept on pushing it because he had a dream that he would have a son. Yeah, he's a douche. Like, we look at Daemon like he's a douche, but no, Viserys is a douche. In so many different ways. I'm going to go into each character. I'm trying not to do a long video for this one. I just want you guys to just get a feel of how my videos are going to go. But, yeah, Viserys isn't a wise king at all. You see that right off the bat. The fact that he's being manipulated by his hand, the fact that there's something going on with the Maesters. There's something going on with the Maesters and his health and the health of his wife and probably the health of her children. Every son that he has born was a stillborn. Now, could that just be, oops? Or has Otto had the Maesters killing his sons? Now, I mean, that's a stretch. That's a bit of a stretch as the theory goes, but I've been kind of like letting that one jiggle around in my head, and I'm gonna come out with a video about my theory on the Maesters, because the Maesters are up to no good. They're like the Jesuits. They seem like they're there for God, but maybe not. Maybe they're not for good. Maybe they're evil. But no, for real. Maybe they're actually not there for the betterment of the Targaryen dynasty, as they say. But back to Otto, I really don't like Otto's character. I don't, and not just like the character as far as the show, but the character of a person like Otto. Very manipulative, very self-serving, and overly ambitious. And the rivalry between him and Daemon is clear. Daemon is trying to protect his brother, but his brother's a doofus. Idiot. And his brother wants to be liked by everybody. And he wants to throw parties and feasts and festivals. He wants to be known as the fun-loving king. He wants people to love him and not fear him, and that's his biggest mistake. Otto should be afraid of him. But there's a whole thing. I have a whole nother video that I'm going to be coming out specifically about Otto and what I believe he has been doing this whole time to manipulate Alicent's relationship later on with the king. Now, you saw as soon as the wife died, not even a day had passed, a day or two. I think it was a day, actually, in the show, where he just sends Allison in there. Hey, spend some time with the king, talk to him, blah 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 blah, and she knows exactly what he's implying. She acts like she's innocent and she's just this goody two shoes. She knows what her daddy telling her. Girl, get on them knees. That's some cold shit. Your daddy tell you to basically go fuck this old man. Like, he not old, but the nigga, he ain't young. He middle aged, you know what I'm saying? She like, I think in the book, she's supposed to be like 15, 14 at the time. And I mean, that was going on back in the Middle Ages. George R. R. Martin is good for making us uncomfortable with how he portrays young girls in his books. And sometimes I've read his books and some shit was questionable. Like, bro, why you... Like, the way he described Daenerys, I don't want to talk about it. I'm just saying. George, we looking at you. You know how we already... That thing that... Yeah, we watching you, George. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. I believe Otto has been manipulating a lot more than just that one event. That was the event that broke Viserys and Otto's relationship. When Viserys finally realized, oh, Alicent didn't come to me because she really liked me. She didn't come to me because she was concerned. She came to me on the orders of her father. And being a dutiful daughter, she obeyed. And he can't really fault her for that. But in a way, I don't agree with that. It's kind of like how the German people would say, oh, yeah, we were just following orders when they were told to do those horrendous things in Nazi Germany. Like, you hear that all the time where soldiers will say, I was just following orders. But it's like, bruh. Like, come on, bruh. Like, come on, man. Yeah, I know there's orders and then there's like, no, I'm not doing that heinous crime that you just told me to do. You do it. You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother topic about a whole nother subject. But I do believe that she should have stood up for herself. I feel like the series, at least this season, is about weak men, failed men, and toxic women. And what I mean by this is, okay, the failed men, of course, are the men that you see. You see Viserys. You see Corlys Velaryon, who I love as a character. You know, shout out to the brother. You know, getting a part as one of the Velaryons, getting to represent Valeria with the dark skin. I love it. You know, I don't know why people freaking out because it ain't the first time we've seen brown people, and you know the Summer Owls and Essos and you know Ashai, I believe they all have brown dark skinned people. Even Dorne does. Because Dorne is like Spain. But whatever. Let's not even get into it. My only thing is just that Corlys is proud. Too proud. Verging on arrogance. And the way he talks to the king. Well, everyone talks to the king in a very disrespectful tone, in my opinion. From Daemon, Corlys, Otto talks to him like he's a child. Like that. Yo, Otto is really like, and he do like those little japes that you wouldn't think were like jabs. Like, oh yeah, I'm just talking, you know, I'm just talking. Nah, bruh, you ain't just talking, bruh. Like he got some underhanded stuff going on with what he's saying, but I don't know. I think that a lot of these men, Damon's also proud. Pride is a big one amongst all of them. All the men are proud. They're so proud that they don't even notice the scheming and manipulation of the women in their lives. Like all the lords, you saw this in Game of Thrones. All the lords think that their wives are just these silly maidens, these hens, and you know, what was it? Olenna? Not Olenna. Was it Olenna? The old lady from Game of Thrones, the one who is the Lady of Flowers or whatever. I can't remember the name of the house. She got her granddaughter to marry Joffrey. Now I can't remember her name. I think it was Olenna, but you know, there was all this scheming going around with the women in Game of Thrones, and it seems like the same thing is going to happen in House of the Dragon. We've already seen sexual manipulation. with Rhaenyra. She used some of her sexuality to get what she wants. Alicent uses her sexuality to get what she wants in a different way. I always tell people this. There are two kinds of women who manipulate men sexually. There's the one who overtly does it and the one who covertly does it, almost unconsciously so. The one who overtly does it, of course, she flaunts, her chest or her body. She flaunts, flutters her eyes and does her makeup, and she knows how to talk and walk and all that. And that's Rhaenyra. But the other one is the one who plays innocent, the one who plays like she needs a hero. And that's Alicent's main problem. Alicent is Sansa, and I didn't like Sansa either for that very reason. To pretend to be innocent, follow the rules, be the good girl, blah, blah, blah. But you're the cruel, like this time skip. And I've skipped over a lot of other characters just to say this. This time skip with Alicent, my God. She is such a bitch. Like a raging one. Like, I get Cersei vibes. And I feel like we should be getting Cersei vibes from Rhaenyra. But honestly, they're doing a really good job of illustrating how you can't, even, no matter whose side you choose as the audience, neither one of them are right. Both parties are wrong. Alicent is technically right, but she's still going against the Targaryen family. What she's doing is splintering the Targaryen family with the children. She's setting the children against each other. And it's really disgusting to see because that behavior persists in real life. I've seen it happen firsthand, so I know it persists. But it's just so distasteful the way she goes about punishing Rhaenyra, like she has the right to punish someone. And that's the thing about people who feign innocence. They feign, like I follow the rules and blah, 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 but they use it as kind of a tool to punish others and to control others because, it's only the rules, right? Kind of like how Larys, trapped her in the rules. And I love the way Larys did it. Larys really stuck it to her in that moment when he said, oh, well, who can refuse the queen when she gives an order? He's basically implying I perceived it as an order, so I did what you told me to do. And if you say anything or if I get caught, that's exactly what I'm going to tell them. Idiot. Like he's threatening her without threatening her, and he's like, hey, I'm your ally, remember? I'll need a favor in the future. And it's like...
What?
Man, the blades came out early on, actually, in this series, especially with Otto and his going on, and with the disrespect towards Corlys. Like, this is like the third richest house in the entire kingdom, I believe, behind the Targaryens and the Lannisters, or they might actually be the richest at this point. I can't remember exactly, but I know they're in the top 3. And it's crazy because he has blood of old Valyria. He's built his name, and which of course you should be proud of. But again, he borders on arrogance. But the disrespect he's shown is incredible. Why would you not show the man who commands the greatest navy in the world? Why would you not show him respect? Why would you not, want to merge your family? Viserys should have been thought about marrying Rhaenyra to the Valerians. That should have happened when they were born. Why didn't he? Because Otto probably told him not to. Because Otto's been planning this entire time to put his daughter on the throne. I really believe that this plan of his was spawned. That's what the only reason why Rhaenyra is alive is because she was a girl. And I believe he created this situation purposely. I believe he paid one of the maesters, the one we see in the beginning, who's not there in the time skip, if you guys notice. But he was actually, I believe he was actually aiding him in killing those babies. I don't think they were just born stillborn. 4 or 5 stillborn births, and the last one is a breech birth so bad that they have to cut her belly open and the baby dies anyway. It's crazy, right? I mean, and back then, even royals didn't understand medicine. And so when he gives her milk of the poppy, like, oh, I can't give her no more, it'll put the baby in danger. But what if he already put the baby in danger an hour ago, 2-3 hours ago? We don't know. We're just taking his word for it. And if he has been compromised by Otto, then I feel like we should talk. But I feel like that's part of the overarching Maester conspiracy. Otto's weak. I'm gonna tell you how Otto is weak. Strong men don't manipulate. They don't have to. They're strong. If you look at Harwin Strong, if you look at Kristen Cole before the time skip, if you look at some of these men, even Damon doesn't manipulate. He doesn't do intrigue. He looks you in the eye and says, fuck you, in so many words, or like he'll test you. He'll push those boundaries, but he doesn't scheme and plot and manipulate the way that everyone else does. And when he tries to, it fails miserably. Like the whole incident with him and Rhaenyra, that was him trying to get back at his brother, and he couldn't do it. And that shows you something about family. That's one thing I love, the theme of family with the Targaryens, that blood comes first. Blood before anything. And this is one of Viserys' faults. He's not checking Alicent. When she walked into that wedding feast with that green on, son, nah. I would have been like, I command you as king and lord of the 7 kingdoms to go change your goddamn dress. That's what I would have done. I would have sent her family out of the hall. Get the fuck out of here. Because the implication, and you have to step out dissent quickly. If you don't step out dissent quickly, it's just going to spread. And the other kingdoms, the other lords and ladies, like Larys and Harwin were talking, hey, you see that? Whew, he's not going to be happy about that. Harwin expected him as a man to at least snap at the bitch. At least, hey, bitch, hey, fuck you doing, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was mad disrespectful of her. And in the middle of his speech, too. So she basically demonstrated, I have as much, if not more, influence in the court than the king, even though it's not true. But that was the demonstration she put on. She's willing to battle this thing, and it is going to be a battle, believe me. But yeah, that Viserys is just weak. Viserys is weak because he doesn't stand up for himself when he should. He should have beat the shit out of Daemon instead of just sending him away. But he knew he couldn't, and Daemon knew he couldn't, because he's always been weak. And it's the same thing when the hunting party. He goes to the hunt, but he doesn't actually catch the hart. He doesn't catch it. He doesn't hunt it. It's presented for him, and the look on his face when he has to kill it is that look of, like, he doesn't have the stomach for that, for killing, but he also, I feel like, was disappointed in himself. Like, I can't even fucking hunt. I'm a joke. Like, it looked, in my opinion, it looked like the look on his face was conveying self disappointment. Like, you didn't really do this, and he knew it was just ceremony, and he stuck it and didn't even stick it in the heart.
It was never my brother's strongest trait.
What?
Being king.
He stuck it in like the rib, like below the rib, and it was like bleeding and yelling and stuff, and they have to hold it down, and it's like struggling. He has to give it another blow. It's like, Jesus. And his daughter, Rhaenyra, actually kills a boar with her own hands. This is what shows She would be a much better ruler as a Targaryen than her father. Same as Daemon. And that kind of strength is feared, especially by the High Towers and some of the other lords and ladies in Westeros. They do not like being ruled by foreigners. Hell, even though they are foreigners themselves, they're the Andals who came and subjugated the first men. But they do not want to have to deal with the Targaryens and their dragons anymore. And Viserys says something very dark where he says the power of dragons should have never been harnessed, which is a foolish thing to say, knowing what he knows. He knows the long night's coming. You need dragons. He knows that the only way that House Targaryen is in a position that they're in is because of the dragons, and yet you loathe their existence. What is wrong with you? Are you? He's an idiot.
Idiot.
He's an idiot. That's all I can say. He's an idiot. Yeah, man, it's crazy watching this series. I'm full with emotions. I didn't even get to everything I wanted to. Try to keep this no longer than 30 minutes. This is my first time doing this type of video. Hopefully, I can actually, do better in the future. But I hope you guys enjoyed just my overview of the few episodes that 6 episodes that have come out. And I mean, talk about drama, man. This episode 1 opened up with a bang with the wife dying, and then Alicent screwing the fucking king. Like what did you, what do you think your daddy was sending you in there for? I don't like that the goody two shoes girl act. I don't like the good girl act. It's really disturbing to me that guys fall for that.
Idiot.
Because the one who's the most innocent acting, she ain't innocent, dog. But let me get off here, man. I've been talking. I will do a much more concise and focused rant later on, and I'm gonna get into each individual character. I won't be doing each episode because I don't care about the episodes themselves. For me, the shows stand out because of the characters, and because if you can get me to like or dislike a character, like really dislike, like I really don't like Otto and Alicent, future Alicent especially. She's a right cunt, but but if you can get me to emotionally invest in the characters, especially in whether a positive or negative way, kudos to the writers. Really good job. Hopefully they don't shit the bed in the last season like Game of Thrones did the last 3 seasons. And hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'll do a more concise video. This is just like kind of a trial run. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and like, subscribe. I have no subscribers but 1. And I need to go ahead and get some subscribers, so like and subscribe. Show me some love. Hit the bell notification so you'll know when I drop new videos. I'll be dropping videos on this channel 3 times a week, and now from my other channel, Simple Man's Grow Lab, I'll probably start dropping like 2 videos a month. Honestly, just because gardening, that's my gardening channel, and it's really slow. But I hope you all enjoyed. Again, like and subscribe, and see you all later. Dragons, and there's a king and a girl. He got a dragon egg, and he's also an asshole.